Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome back to Beacon Pines. We're continuing where we left off on Chapter 4, Dinner with the Moddles? The cute couple.
Ilona Moodwell was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even.
Yeah, we already went through this.
But they're almost done. Dinner went by
Where they having
without much
pizza.
rush. The thing Nellie find Beck was beginning Ilona's she could do.
There we go. Tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. Over on the other side of the river. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck, manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh, well that adds a bit more information. Oh dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like, missing?
His eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger.
Oh no, not the pineapple.
Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally we'd have put more effort into
Ilona
dinner.
nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck had mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck! I'm sorry, Luca, this move has us all a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So Beck said that you moved here for
Beck
work?
gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Ow. I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time, we're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. What the hell is deep engineering? She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world by working for an evil company. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture. I'm not trusting this feast coming up, man. It's all painted in a happy light, but oh boy. Into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground. I just shit-talking all the natural farmers out there.
Luca glanced over
Or
to Beck.
gardeners.
She seemed
Normal
to be
gardeners.
holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yeah, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people also weirdly talk to their dogs in an excessive way, but then some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. Oh, catfight. You swore you didn't.
Slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Damn. Hey, Luca, how about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend
Luca
Rolo
glanced
soon.
outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around
Luca
here.
wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It was really good. See you at the festival, Beck. Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rolo could be prickly around new people. But Beck seemed cool. Rolo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds began to... If the clouds begin to break, then it would be sunny, but rumble... Rumble sounds like bad thing. Like, if ominous clouds are meant to be a symbolism of maybe bad things to come, break apart would be what you'd want so things relax, but rumble, I'm kind of curious if it means bad things. So let's go rumble.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
Yeah, seriously. Ugh. I want to know what happens then. Make the clouds worse, I am God. You sure we can make it home before the storm kicks off?
Surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. Oh, wait, no, that's bad. Wait. But then I won't... No, but... I won't see Rollo! Oh, no. Not... I highly doubt this is a good path. This is... I'm foreseeing this going in a bad direction if I don't get to see Rollo. I kind of remember what is the timeline? No, what happened? I'm trying to remember now. Okay, so... Ooh, what, we were a little shit, I think? We struggled to survive and escaped. Okay, then Rollo was with his sister. After we struggled. Okay. I don't see this going anywhere positive, though, but... Well, I guess we'll just have to find out the hard way. Okay. Luca, Nelly will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest? Maybe I'll get a new card.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum.
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know. I mean, while you're young, I guess, but man, take my word for it, do not chew gum for a crazy amount of time. You will mess your jaw up. You're not gonna get one of those kind of Chad, like muscular, the Giga Chad, like jawlines. Like, you can look at my jawline. Mine's impressive, and that's from chewing a lot of gum as a teen. But your jawbone is not meant for it. Just let me tell you that, okay? You'll maybe get a little bit of a fancy jawline, but as long as you don't get a Ezra Miller jawline or anything much weirder, just don't chew gum for that long. Take my word for it.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little, but weird can be cool. Radio. Oh wow. Rollo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city, but around here it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Pungent.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach, Walker, and all the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry, was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. And now you've reached the evil chemical corpse of fertilizer. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Whoa! Superhero landing! I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you looked cool doing it. I mean, you're supposed to be a cat. You have to land always on your feet. And Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down. Do you ever feel alone? Like even when people are around? Well, Rollo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little. Don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then what do you do? When you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I've figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something, anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Brah.
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow, she feel a little bit
As
better.
abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks, I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rollo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in.
Cool kid.
Chapter 5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with a hard rain's residue.
Friendly feud, questionable.
The smell of wet things.
As long as it's not wet dog.
Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone. Not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes.
Yeah, technically, I mean, rules of three exist for a reason.
This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Well, questionable. Catch up with Rollo at the treehouse. Alright. Now we got a new card, though. Well, let me check the tree to see if it's popped the pungent where it's arrived. It hasn't yet. Questionable. Pungent could go for the fishing, though, so I'm gonna have to make my way there. The treehouse is the destination, however... I can't knock on the door either. I'm gonna roam around town and see if I can find anything before reaching the treehouse. Oh, the bat! You have any new scoops for me? Hey Don, tracking down a lead? You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out, when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance, there were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that the heiress had to take on a child as her ward, a kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon. Bingo. So Eris was forced to take care of him. Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains why the heiress treats him. Not the way he treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. I mean, it did seem peculiar that Eris person was just like, you know, threatening the news station, causing all sorts of trouble. Why is someone trying to call me, by the way? Get out of here. Every time. It kind of messes with my monitor. My old phone did it, apparently it made my monitor flicker, but not so much. I don't get that, man. Seriously. But yeah, curious. The Solomon, or not Solomon, the heiress, the mouthy, greyhound-looking dog. I better not dilly-dally. Or dilly-dally. You gotta get to the treehouse. Something possibly going wrong in that forest at this point in time, maybe. It's late at night and this music is a little bit mysterious. Something bad could happen. I mean, there's no one... Okay, never mind. I was about to say there's no one here except for the Scaly reading her possible 50 Shades of Grey. He met his old friend's eyes, and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens, this is no time for fractured friendships. Oh. I'm gonna look in here. I hope to God it's not the same stuff. I don't know.
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town.
Alright, well,
Great towns grow from mighty roots.
oh my, why would they make it so you can't skip this?
Telling the story of one shopper of
Oh my God. Okay, never enter the tent ever again. Oh, I'll skip ahead.
a vision of a
Oh, what's going on here? Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us up back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all... decided? Yes, sir? I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at the perennial harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? They got a nice smile going on. Yes, sir, very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir, we'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. No, yes, our harvest awaits. Oh. Oh, the pig is gone. I'm kind of shocked about that. Looks like he's forcing me to not be able to really go anywhere else. But I do want to try. Yeah, to go fishing. The pungent definitely should be... Yes, I knew it.
Luca wrapped some fish half refined.
Give it a good taste. Let me... Yeah, oh. No. I wanted to read it since I skipped. Pungent.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook.
Oh, thyme.
Some fish have refined taste.
Very peculiar, but okay. Oh. A pocket watch. Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. The man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. What does it mean, though? Just by like fishing all these things up, it feels like then butterfly effect wise we do. It's either this is destined to have always happened, or this is a separate timeline in which what used to be us having fished nothing out of the pond has become us fishing all these things out of the pond and altered the timeline of the past. When it comes to timey-wimey stuff, you know, this kind of thing is either an either or not in those kind of stipulations. Either those objects were always pulled out and always would have been, or we change destiny by pulling them out in Luca's memory. Don't know which one. Rollo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back, never.
I had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times.
He's upset.
And it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar. You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, the storm rolled in out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Beck's.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck. Dinner. What the heck is a Beck? She's heckin' a Beck. She's a new kid in town. She's actually kinda cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise, but you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. Oh my god, overdramatic. What does that even mean?
He became instinctively angry in response.
I mean, it's logically, common sense, instinctively. Rolo's being overdramatic. God damn.
Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad because the rain kept him up, and goddamn, it means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble for waiting so late for you, but I kept my word, because that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your gran doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously, you're acting like I chose this. If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa's right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my Pa is still around. Ow.
Words hung in the cold night air.
Jeez.
Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Luca, good night, Rolo. Dang it. Rip. Well, the thunderstorm certainly did create tension, but it might not be a horrible path. It depends. It's a little dramatic. I'm sure they could still patch things up.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
I mean, I guess could kick a ball around. Rolo. What a jerk. Call me a bad friend. Ooh, I'm Rolo. Look at me and my amazing family. Can I maybe, like, break something with this? If I kick in the right direction? Like, just knock over the plant? Damn. I'm getting no card or whatever out of the kicking the ball. I got a lot though, like jeez. Oh well. I'd assume we just would like go to bed. If Rolo thinks I'm still going to the festival with him, he can shove it. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Oh no, sad dear. Luca.
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've got to run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I bet Rolo's still gonna go to the festival. Humph. He's gonna be miserable. Just gonna abuse this ball. Imagine just how much noise that would create in the house, like the amount of banging. Oh.
Luca dozed off again.
Uh-oh. Luca, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rolo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is just to sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted.
Luca still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
Would I have a choice to go out or just to sleep? Because then I'd have to come back here and then do a different choice of actually like going out there. There's never anything interesting at the festival anyways. Wait, now it's telling me to kick the ball and knock something down. Finally, I was waiting of what the mechanic of the soccer ball would actually bring.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday. A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca, another little friend came to see you, a girl named Beck Moddles. She said you met yesterday. What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh, she seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. I mean, it's the only place where the grandma has a bed, though. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table in case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame, see? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Lucas staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? Oh, no, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo fought about doesn't matter. But he...
Man silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments, and accept them in their worst. Oh. Happy, lovey, deer hug picture. That's pretty cute. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
I mean, if the dream means something, shit's gonna go down. Luca gave a reluctant nod, yeah. So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. Alright. I love you, Luca. Love you too. Now, see, all's well that ends well, but at the same time, things still will probably get worse.
Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Yeah, things got a little serious. I'm gonna think it's like the calm before the storm kind of thing, probably. The dreams, of course, are more of a premonition style thing, but it's like, it's probably what will happen in this pathway, if anything else. We still haven't finished this weather. Oh, look at the cute picture. Very cute. And also, then, it makes me curious who is the one in the yellow suit, the hazmat suit. I'm curious now. As well as Accept and all the other... I'm still calling them the golden portraits. Like, you can call them portraits, you can call them cards. I don't know what the official name is, so I'm just going to keep calling them cards, FYI. But all the new ones we got didn't become new pathways. So it's either for the other moments... other future moments. Wait, that's supposed to be Iggy right there? Why does Iggy look so feminine and girly? That's strange. Like, Luca looks sort of normal, maybe a little bit of eyeshadow, but Iggy's looking like some kind of weird... like, I was just like looking weirdly feminine. I don't know. I think it's just like the eyelashes and all that. Very strange. But yeah, let's go back. You still have to finish off this butterfly effect. But I'm gonna leave it here. And yeah, I'm gonna assume like the next episode's gonna be probably something serious happens. I'm thinking the festival is like the end, when things get like a peak of our climactic scenario. Whether in this timeline or another timeline that I haven't picked yet. But that's at least my guess. So let's leave it here and wait for what happens at the festival, which is then today. It'll probably be serious, but hopefully you look forward to that in the next episode. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button to become a full subscriber. Hit the notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching, and until the next time.